for you.
Hello?
Hello, Jughead. This is Archie. Come over right away. It's a matter of life or death.
Oh, relax, Archie.
Attention, all true believers. Marvel Comics is on the air.
A friend of the unfortunate, enemy of criminals. In reality, Dan Garrett, a rookie patrolman, loved by everyone but suspected by none of being the Blue Beetle.
Boys and girls, your attention, please. Presenting a new exciting radio program featuring the thrilling adventures of an amazing and incredible personality. Faster than an airplane, more powerful than a locomotive, impervious to bullets.
Up in the sky, look!
It's a bird! It's a plane! It's Superman!
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey everybody, you are watching the Geek Chat on the Experience. We've got some new number ones for you. Stay tuned. Hey everyone, like I said, you are watching the Geek Chat. I am Beardy Rich.
I'm Little Black Beardy Dez. And yeah, as you can see, Rich has let his hair down today.
I have.
Yeah, you know, it just immediately when I saw that, I was thinking of that Bugs Bunny cartoon with him and Elmer Fudd, and he puts the hair grow.
Oh.
Like, yeah, I'm thinking Coog is like slapping on your head, trying to get it to grow.
Hey, Barlord. Hey, Paul. Welcome in, everyone. You're watching us on the Experience, where you can watch great quality comic book programming every day of the week.
Yes, tons of stuff.
There's a lot of stuff. So we have a great giveaway today, and we have a new hashtag.
Yes. So this is our giveaway. It's X-Men, Ultimate X-Men number 11. It's 1 in 25 variant. Carmen Garnero. Sorry, Carmen, if you're watching, I apologize. But yes, please it's a new hashtag, so please pay attention. The hashtag is hashtag Geek Chat. We want to simple it a little bit. We wanted to make sure that it was super easy.
So it's Geek Chat. Just Geek Chat.
Just Geek Chat. And it's funny because
Geek Chat.
# Geek Chat or hashtag. You're showing your age.
Yeah.
But yes, you could win this. So please put that in the thing to do, Dibbly Dog in the comments. And yeah. Also,
hey Zax, welcome in. Thanks for watching.
Also want to let you know, which is really kind of cool, is next week is my birthday. So yeah, your little black beardy Dez is growing a year older. So we're celebrating.
He is going to be 73.
Can you believe it? Black really doesn't crack.
73. No.
So we're going to be celebrating it with you by adding an extra 30 minutes, maybe even an extra hour, depending on how we feel. But yeah, we're going to have an extended show next week, and aside from the giveaway, going to be having something else for you. So please definitely come and join. I'm going to be celebrating my birthday with you all. Fun little giveaways as always, and maybe something special. So please join us. Thank you, Mike. But join us.
Hey, Kelly. Hope you're feeling better.
Yeah. But
so, Barlord, it was a very small week. The 5th week is always a really short week.
Yeah.
That's why we have a bunch of new number ones from two different. We've got a Dark Horse and another Nacelverse. So
yeah. Plus,
we have one book from each publisher. It's funny this week.
I still think it's kind of cool, actually. But before we do all that, we're going to talk about, this popped off a couple weeks ago, but we're actually going to talk about it today, and that is the end of Diamond Comics.
Yeah.
So, and what that means. So, a lot of you might not know this, but Rich is Rich and Kook are the comic book beauties, and they do sell comic books. They are a comic book retailer, so this definitely affects him as a retailer, and it affects me as a buyer, as a customer. So we're going to both talk about both sides of it, from how Rich, what his thoughts are from a retailer perspective, and mine as a consumer perspective, and try to see, maybe play a little devil's advocate, maybe talk about our fears, our actual, hopes, because even though something ends, that might not be a bad thing. It might open doors for something new. So we would love to hear your comments as we're talking and give your thoughts as well. So yeah, we're gonna have like a really nice, hopefully a nice, not too brief, but we're definitely gonna give our opinions. Having said that, I'm gonna kick it over to Rich. Rich,
Yes.
the retailer. What are your thoughts about the end of Diamond?
I want to say, yeah, Barlord, Mad Cave, Vault, Massive Publishing, and today it was announced Tomorrow's Publishing. They do the alter ego, the back issue. They are all leaving Diamond as of like ASAP. IDW currently, we get IDW through Penguin, right, Kook? Yes, we get IDW now through Penguin. So Easy Reader, your store didn't get deliveries. Many stores haven't gotten deliveries from Diamond. Boom announced last week they are moving their leaving date from July to April. I'm very excited to be ordering Boom Comics. So a little backstory. We have been with Diamond Comics since 2006, and they were really good to us when we were going through some hard times. And the problem that this retailer sees is they never learned to adapt. They never really wanted to correct the ways. Every week we would send them pictures of damaged books, the shortages. I mean, Des, you've been there for the damaged book.
Oh, yeah.
The shortages were unacceptable a lot of the times, and they refused to acknowledge any wrongdoing. And I always got, well, we never pack trades with comics. And I would send them pictures of comics smashed between graphic novels, hardcovers, like you name it. And they denied it on their end. And even with pictures and more pictures, we sent so many pictures and they never corrected the course. They never tried to do better. And it was really nice. And that's one thing I miss. I miss having a one-stop shop to go to for everything. Then their shipping policies and their shipping costs became so high, they profited off shipping for a time. And we decided about a year and a half ago now to cut ties with Diamond, which meant not getting Boom, not getting Dynamite, not getting a bunch of smaller press that they were with Diamond for a long time, a lot of exclusives. And now we see Mad Cave and Vault and Massive all leaving because they know. The thing is, if Diamond doesn't find a buyer by April 1st, it has said it's closing.
So, yeah.
That right there is sending a lot of the smaller presses to find somewhere else. And there's a lot of retailers still that want Diamond to succeed. At this point, I have to ask I don't even want to get into all the debts they owe, but I gave them a chance last November or October. No, longer. A year ago, we put some orders in when they announced that their shipping rates were going to be a certain percent of comics instead of this larger, inflated, bloated price. And we didn't get anything. And then a couple weeks ago, Diamond sends us an invoice for one trade that we ordered 2 Novembers ago, and the shipping was $300
for one trade.
And we said no. I know that you need money, but we're not paying $300 for one trade. That we ended up ordering somewhere else because it was a year that they didn't send it to us. So at this end of the Diamond Comics distributing story, I don't know really where they could go, because there's a lot of retailers and a lot of publishers now who, you know, some stores aren't getting their books, the publishers aren't getting their money.
Yeah.
Where do they go from here? And I honestly think maybe, you know, we get Lunar, which is really a discount comic book, the online store is Lunar, and PRH Penguin Random House, it's a huge book distributor, and they went into the comics with Marvel. So I feel bad for all their employees because that really sucks.
Yeah.
But in experience, it's great that he can sell everything off to save Diamond, but what is he saving it for? I guess that really, I've been selling comic books now since 2006, and I've been with Diamond since 2006. And I feel bad for all the smaller publishers that maybe Lunar or Penguin don't want to get because they're so small. But this sent a huge shockwave through everything.
Yep.
And unfortunately, we were not riding that Diamond wave. We gave up on Diamond a long time ago. So I don't know. If they do stay, you know, you have to listen to your clients. You have to listen to the people that buy your books, the people that are supporting you as you're supporting them. And they didn't. And from this retailer, they didn't. They never listened.
Yeah. So as a consumer, I have to say that the one thing that I'm scared about or nervous about is the loss that's going to happen to the smaller independent companies that used Diamond. Now, a lot of you may not know there are other distributors that are smaller distributors that folks can go through, that some indies do go through. It just means, how can those indie distributors pick up the slack that is left in the wake of this giant, like, you know, chasm that that Diamond is going to leave? So for me, I worry for Rich. I worry for, like, Flying Colors. You know, I worry for, I know I probably shouldn't worry for Midtime or Mile High, but I worry for them because it's going to limit the amount of comics that they can sell, which is going to limit the amount of profit they can make, which is going to limit the amount of, you know, days they could be open, their staffing, all this other stuff. It's like a ripple effect when you take something out, especially as big as Diamond. You know, it's just this, like, so yeah. I worry, like, I worry that you know, comic books are going to, you know, comic book, you know, retailers are really gonna feel this, you know, really hard if they haven't already. So
an interesting aspect of this that I don't think is getting talked about enough, and my ability to comment on it is somewhat limited because of other clientele that I have. But there's a company called Universal Distribution. They are a big comic distributor in Canada, also a big game distributor, who have made a massive offer for Diamond UK and Alliance Games.
But that's it, though. That's so
well. The thing is they've been trying to get operational in the United States for at least 3, if not 5 years, in comic distribution. But there's just been some licensing issues and some warehousing issues and things that they've been trying to work through, to the point where I've been picking them up at the border in Canada, because it's 45 minutes from me, and driving them around to look at real estate in Detroit, where they could build a cheap warehouse just to get operational.
Hey, I would love that. If they could,
right.
if Universal could get the big publishers under one, like, I don't think Marvel's ever gonna, well, maybe they still sell to Diamond, but if we could get all the publishers under one, and they actually care about their shipping, their price, like, there's a lot that's going to go into it. We actually have been looking into Universal for DC, but unfortunately the border, the cost, everything, it isn't in our best interest to leave Lunar yet.
Right.
Not yet, anyway.
But let me tell you, if we could get somewhere where I don't have to order through my biggest online competitor, I would completely do that.
So the thing about Universal that makes it very interesting is if Jeppy Family Enterprises sells off everything but Diamond to save Diamond, the value of diamond would be low enough that Universal would be able to buy them in addition to Alliance and Diamond UK. I think that's what they're waiting for.
Good.
I think they're waiting for Jeppy to say, we're going to sell Overstreets, we're going to sell Aches, we're going to sell Baltimore Magazine to save Diamond, and be like, well, would you rather keep that stuff or sell us Diamond for pennies on the dollar?
They probably will.
Right.
I mean, it just seems like, I mean, and they've been in the business for so long. It just really seems like this might be a way for them to actually get out and let someone else take the reins, because if they're able to buy the name Diamond and then really kind of reform, and by reform I mean reform their practices, how they interface with their customers, how they package, how they ship, and they're able to do that, then, and really, I mean, what someone, Kelly was saying, under the owner, they can turn Diamond around and regain the trust of the people. Exactly. And I think that's one of the things, is they have cultivated such a bad reputation that a lot of word of mouth is like, we're glad they're gone. We're glad they're gone, but I think that in itself is a knee-jerk reaction until that's where you have to kind of pull back and look at everything that Diamond affects. And so yeah, I'm hopeful that this will force other people to step up, because I don't think, I'm never going to say the comics are too big to fail. I don't believe that at all. But I do think that people want comics to succeed. And if someone comes out and says, hey, we can do this, I think it would work. Yeah. I personally think it would work. And I think that I think they would pull back a lot of lapsed clients if new management was to take over, so you'd have the brand recognition under new management. And I think that would go a long way to really, if they do it right by it, and go a long way to really kind of boost consumer trust as well as retailer trust.
Yeah, I need some trust on my end before I deal with anyone Diamond again. And I can't wait. Someday I'll be able to get my Dynamite comics again for y'all.
Yeah. So hello everybody. Hello, Show Enough. Thank you for coming. Hello. I think
Sean, Kenneth,
everyone for coming in.
Jesse, Leonard.
We were just having a conversation about the end of Diamond and what possibly could happen. One from a retailer's point of view, which is my friend Rich, and then one from a consumer, which is me, and then all of you.
Break time.
Yeah, because it's really real quick before we leave. Just wanted to say, and it's weird. I know we always say, support your local comic book store. The more you can, the more it really, really helps out. But now it's probably a time, because with Diamond going out, and their books not being guaranteed, now is the time to kind of buy that trade you're thinking about, or try
local store.
Yeah, try a new book, a new series that they have on their shelf, or try something new just to kind of help them out until a lot of this stuff gets figured out. So, but like Rich was saying, it is time for us to take a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to talk about Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, episodes 1 and 2. So stay tuned.
Ask your local comic shop to add Battle Quest comics to your pull list today.
Download our app on Google Play and the App Store. It's so simple, even my mommy can use it. Rich, it's not just what happens when you have too many energy drinks anymore. Check out our content over there, too.
Hey everyone, you are watching the Geek Chat on the Experience. I'm Rich.
I'm Dez. Just want to let you know, you might not know that Rich is actually Grant Morris's stunt. Sorry, not Grant Morris. Alan Moore's stunt double.
You screwed your own
Damn.
hookup.
I know he's Alan Moore's stunt double. Sorry.
Yeah. Hey, so let's show what you all can win. Everyone, we are giving away today this 1 in 25 Carmen Carnero variant of Ultimate X-Men that is showing the Viper and Sunfire of the Ultimate Universe. I have not read this issue yet. That will be tomorrow's joy. So I have zero clue what's going on. But I'm actually loving all the Ultimate books in various degrees of fun. But I am one of the few people I'm enjoying Ultimate X-Men. I'm enjoying this very slow build. Can you please play forms?
No, put the form. Put the form. Put the form in for us. Yes, we'll definitely be putting that in the. We'll put
the form will get put in, but I will just say now, Kenneth, we don't need your information, buddy. We've got it. So you don't need to worry about it. Anybody else though will need to fill out the form.
Yes, Kenneth is always on point. Thank you so much, Kenneth, for your continued support, and everyone else for that matter as well. But it's time for your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Used to be Spider-Man, what, year 1, freshman year, or something like that?
I'm glad they changed it.
But they changed it because I guess they changed. The reason why they changed it, I was doing a little research before we did this. I guess the reason why they changed it was because they were going to try to connect this to the MCU. But the problem was there was so much stuff to unpack that they just said screw it, and they put it in its own continuity and its own timeline.
Good.
And they said that actually helped to free them up. They'd help to free them up to be able to do a much more interesting stories and a much more diverse cast. So and the reason why I did it like that is because if you don't know, Norman Osborn in this universe is black. He's a black guy. He's a black guy. So, and I finally
Carmen Domingo.
Yeah, but I'm so happy though.
Ullman, sorry.
Yeah, but I'm so happy though because like the hair, I'm like I can actually like make sense now. Just kidding. Because you
can cosplay.
Yes, I can cosplay as Norman Osborn. That's so cool.
Or Lincoln.
So yeah, I don't know where to start with this.
How about I'll ask you? Did you enjoy this?
Hi, Garfwong. Glad that you could come in.
So answer the question.
What was that?
Answer
what was
your question? Did you enjoy this?
Hey, Lorena. Nice that you could come in. Did I enjoy it? Okay. No more joking around. Did I enjoy it? Yes, I did. I actually did enjoy it. I thought the animation style was fun. They say that it is a throwback to the classic Steve Ditko and Kirby type of stuff. Although I actually see it as an evolution of that and a mixture of Cliff Chang and Chris Samnee. I think the art style is really that sort of like simplistic. It's like an elevated cartooning style that I really enjoy. Like I really enjoy how it looks, and it's almost like the movements are sort of rotoscoped as well. So yeah, I really liking the animation style. I like what's going on. I think his suit needs to go. It's terrible. I get it. He made it. He just became Spider-Man. He's doing his thing. But that suit needs to go. And I think honestly, I think that was a leftover from the original when it was supposed to be the MCU Spider-Man. Well, before he met Iron Man. And that's the big change was in this universe, Norman Osborn becomes his sort of like Iron Man. So basically, instead of Tony Stark being his mentor, it's Norman Osborn. So you get that you sort of get that. No, that was actually talked about in a couple of articles before
okay.
then, and that was one of the hooks. Is like, how is Peter and Norman Osborn going to relate to each other? Yes, Lonnie Lincoln is an interesting change, as he is a young guy, football star, athlete, a mathlete, tall black guy with cornrows. And if you don't know, he is Tombstone from the comics. But
They
they
threw
made him
all sorts of villains in this. That
so every cameo they've had so far has been Lonnie Lincoln, who is Tombstone, who goes to the high school with Peter. No Flash Thompson, so I don't think there's going to be any Flash Thompson in this universe. There is Nico Monroe, which I thought was really interesting. She is his best friend.
And say who she is.
She is Sister Grimm. Yeah, who was in the Runaways. So she's magical. In the first episode, we get Doctor Strange, and we get a Venom symbiote. And so they changed it. This is the biggest change. Is Spider-Man gets his powers from the spider that came through a portal from where a Venom-like creature was fighting Doctor Strange.
I loved that redesign.
Yeah, so I don't know, because if you noticed, after he got bit, that spider crawled into someone else's bag.
We didn't see who that was.
All we saw was the shoes.
I think it's Flash Thompson.
You think it's Flash Thompson? I think it is too, actually, because it was the first day they were all coming to the school, and then the school was destroyed by Doctor Strange fighting this Venom symbiote type thing, and then Peter Parker has to go to another school months later. So yeah. Dark Dimension, it might be. Amadeus Cho was in it. Yes, he's the other one they're talking about. Amadeus Cho. There was
Dr.
Connors.
Doc Connors, who has changed.
He has been race and gender swapped. So it is a black female with one arm.
And you knew who Bentley Whitman, the actual teacher of the 4 special kids?
No. Is he the thinker?
That's the wizard.
Oh, the wizard. Yes. Okay. So we already have Doctor Strange. We have a tie to most likely the Dark Dimension, as Leonard says. So maybe we're going to have a little bit more spooky, timey-wimey type stuff going on, because Doctor Strange and Spider-Man teamed up a lot in the 70s.
Yeah. The wizard.
The wizard.
With a D.
The wizard. So I don't know. Like, overall, I thought it was a pretty fun show. I was okay with the changes. Most of the changes. Uncle Ben doesn't die in this.
Yeah, he is. He's dead.
Well, no, he doesn't get shot, is what I'm talking about. Like, he is not the catalyst for Spider-Man.
This is what I wanted to talk about. They completely changed the mythos of Spider-Man with Ben just dying and him having nothing to do with trying to save him. So that whole responsibility is just out the window.
Aunt May
is looking young again.
No, Aunt May.
Oh, you think she's going to die? Oh, interesting.
Or she's going to get hurt badly. Because she's going to get hurt badly. Yes, I think either she's going to get hurt badly, or she's going to pass away, and that's going to be the catalyst for Peter, doing something or something happening. I think that's easy money right there.
But I really enjoyed him wanting to save people. I thought that was that is ingrained in who he is, and I'm really glad that was kept. I did not want to watch this because early on, when it was year 1, it was sounded like it was going to be really kiddie, like children age.
Oh, like a really underage sort of.
Yes,
cartoon.
I thought that was what they were going for. So the comic book came up. There's a tie-in comic book, and I didn't order it because I'm like, I don't want to read this. And then I watched the 2 episodes last night, and I was like, well, damn, now I want that comic book.
Yeah.
So I liked this. Going into it, I liked the animation.
Oh,
we talked about last week. It was a way step up from that What If animation.
Wow. Okay. I'm just gonna say this now. Producer Kyle, please clip that. He liked the animation because Rich is an animation snob. I don't know if you know this.
I really did. It took me a while. I loved the redesigns. I like that Nico is in it. I think she
Yeah.
gives a brand new. I'm kind of sick of MJ. I'm kind of sick of Gwen. I like that there's someone
But she's not a
well known.
she's not a candidate to be a romantic partner though.
That's fine. She doesn't have to be. Not everyone has to be. Just a good friend is good enough.
That's
Why
true.
do we need to have a romantic interest? He has Pamela. Pamela, what was her name?
No, remember that's no. They're setting that up. They're setting
Well, that's
that
what
up
I'm saying.
to be like a heartstring for
Yeah.
Tombstone.
But that's the whole thing. I would love this whole season not to have any mushy crap in it. It
Oh my
doesn't
God!
need
Stop
it.
Stop it! Yes,
Doesn't need it.
it needs it.
Does not need it.
Yes,
No, it doesn't.
Either it's
Why?
either got to be Gwen, or
No,
it's either got to be Mary,
no,
or it can be Mary Stacy. There you go. How about
No.
Mary or
No.
or Gwen Jones
Why not
or
Lonnie
Gwen
Lincoln?
James? Huh?
Why not Lonnie Lincoln?
Lonnie, well, that I don't know. You know, once Lonnie Lincoln goes to the dark side, which he most likely will, that's what's going to happen. He'll probably go to the dark side.
I
you know,
actually really liked
his girlfriend might seek solace in the arms of Nico, so you never know.
Yeah. Yes. It was really fun. I thought the whole made up villain Burner, whatever his name was,
It should have been Shocker.
It should have been. Yeah. You have already changed a lot. Let's not make up characters. Like you have no problem doing something different with a lot of these characters, and I really like this new direction for a lot of them. We don't need to invent new ones at all. Yes, Leonard, they did. They really had a moment. It was really nice.
And I like the changes. I'm fine with the race swapping. I'm fine with the gender swapping. I'm fine with this being an amalgamation of people, a change of people, new story ideas. I'm fine with that. One thing that I'm really interesting that I'm finding really kind of, I don't know, kind of weird, or maybe a little bit weirded out is, don't they all seem a little bit like their character models seem a little bit old for high school?
Yes, I said that to Coog last night. Everyone looks
older,
and acts older,
like they would be in college, right? Like,
yes, I think that was that's a little bit of a disconnect. I have to agree with that.
Yeah,
and everyone,
I don't know.
I like that no one is tiny, skinny. Like everyone has a little bit of heft to them, even the background characters. Like, I don't know. You were talking about costumes. Did you notice in the intro, which let me tell you something. I love that they're using the old Spider-Man theme in the very beginning.
Yeah,
I loved that.
With an updated like rap and sort of little
yes,
hip-hop. Yeah,
I love the respect and the nod to the past. But the whole thing with the costumes, if you noticed, it showed all the different corner boxes of different costumes.
Yeah.
And when he thwips, it's that first one that comes into the picture.
Mm-hmm.
My hope is that we get each one of those costumes building up to something.
Yeah.
Because I think I didn't know the whole thing. I didn't read anything into this. Like, I didn't think anything into this.
Leonard,
I just watched it blind.
Yeah, Leonard.
Leonard.
I thought the music was great. I thought all the music choices were fun. I thought they were great. I think they're really able to capture that. It's funny. It's like they're able to capture that kind of like teen feeling. It's just their character models are just a little. They read a little bit older than high school. That's the only thing about it that I thought. But even to be the God's honest truth, if you ever go back and look at those Steve Ditko stuff like that, Peter Parker looked like a damn near, like he was paying like a mortgage when he was in high school. So if that's who they're trying to emulate, then I think they kind of got it spot on. But I thought the music was great.
I like the music in this better than I like the music in Creature Commandos.
Yeah, definitely. And I thought that I don't know, everything about that cartoon I was interested in. But I'll tell you now, and here's Desmond's predictions.
Oh,
right?
jeez.
Number one.
Wrong.
We're gonna get Amadeus Cho.
We got him already.
That's the Hulk.
Oh,
I was saying we're gonna get the Hulk. We're gonna get a magic arc. What's going on? I do think we might going to get something reminiscent to the forgetting spell at the end of a season, because I do believe that what's going to happen is Norman Osborn is going to recruit Peter to test out his tech. And so he's going to supply Peter with all this under the guise of, I want to help you be a better Spider-Man. When in reality, he's using him to test out military grade weapons that he can sell as he's secretly studying Peter. Also, for someone who's supposed to be like MIT level smart, like come on, cameras in the stairwell. I was like, well, you're busted. If they don't say anything about that, the show is completely stupid. And then they did, and I was like, okay, now I like the show.
Yes, because when he swung his way to school, and I looked at Coogan, I went, no one notices Spider-Man on the top of the school. There's little things. It's not the perfect cartoon, but you know what? It's not meant for us to pick apart it, but
yes, Leonard,
it's out there.
Yes, Leonard, I do think that Nico will get mentored by Doctor Strange, and I think Doctor Strange then is going to become his mentor after Norman Osborn. Something's going to happen to Norman Osborn. I really hope that they don't do something where, like, he drank something and became like a high type of personality. Like, I want him to be crazy, like full on, and I think that they're kind of doing that when he was looking out the window at the end, and then he turned around and showed Peter's a spoiler, second episode spoiler at the end. He shows Peter, so you're Spider-Man. And I was thinking, and I thought, oh, cool. Yeah. So I think that's what's going to happen. He's going to try to study him.
Yeah, I was on the edge of my seat and I looked at Coogan. I'm like, okay, I'm hooked. That was a great ending. Okay, so your prediction is you believe that Flash is the second kid who got the spider. For some reason, I just think it's weird that Flash. Oh, I have one other thing to say. Remind me.
Okay.
I do think that Flash is going to be in it, and only because of his connection to Venom in the comics. I think that would make the most sense. What I wanted to say is I noticed the biggest difference between this and the old Ditko series from way back when. Do you remember what they did to Peter? He was bullied and bullied and bullied. So now we're in 2025. We are in this.
Everyone is accepted.
We can't show, bullying like this, because it hit me when he came in to the school and they're all having this caca party with the trophy. And he's like, oh, Peter, you're my man. And come on over. And everyone embraced Peter. I hit pause and looked at Coogan. I was like, well, we're not getting bullying anymore, which is a good thing for kids that are watching. But I did notice that was another one of the big differences between the years.
Yeah, it's not reality.
No, it's not
reality at all. Okay. And then my last thing before we go to our final break, before we start talking about comics, is because we got what looked to be like a symbiote type of situation. Do you think the big bad is Null?
I hope not.
Okay.
Not now. It's too. I think we need to have some fun. Let's have some fun along the way with some. I don't think Null coming down being a big bad is really going to be the ending that I see for this. Remember, it's friendly neighborhood, not earth-shattering savior.
I don't know, though. With them having Doctor Strange fighting a monster from an alternate dimension, that kind of opens up the neighborhood just a little bit. Leonard Peck says he's almost mainstream at school. However, it's supposed to be a higher caliber school. No, I thought the higher caliber school got destroyed at the beginning and he was forced to go to this other school, which is like a regular school, I thought.
That's how I saw it, too.
Yeah, and so he finally gets his kind of like break when he goes to Norman Osborn, I thought. So Null's gonna be the transfer student. Is this what we're saying now? He's the bad boy that Nico falls for, and he's like an emo, and he's like, hello, I'm Null. Come with me, Nico, to the back of underneath the bleachers. These guys suck. Anyway, having said that, we're gonna take our final break. When we come back, we're finally gonna talk about comics. So stay tuned.
Live from New York. What? Oh, sorry. Live from Cleveland? It's Friday night? It's Friday Night Live! With Nancy McCann. And Ricky. And sometimes Carlos. And featuring boxes and boxes of rare comics. Unique collectibles. Lots of smiles and conversations with new friends. Friday Night Live with Comics Unlimited. Friday night from 9 to 11 on The Experience.
Did you know that Arthur, King of the Britons in Monty Python and the Holy Grail was played by a famous Graham? Check out another famous Graham by following our Instagram.
Hey everyone, welcome back. We are the Geek Chat on The Experience. I am Beardy Rich.
And
oh my god.
AKA
I got hijacked.
Yeah, I see Coog like cut your hair off finally. Or Ruby came and got scared. He had to take it off.
I
shed it.
I shed it.
You pulled back that big comb over.
Yes. So
back in your
everyone,
collar.
be sure to put in the comments hashtag Geek Chat to win this 1 in 25 Carmen Carnero variant of Ultimate X-Men. We want to give it away. We want you to have it. So do it.
Yes, we want to give it away because whatever we don't give away goes to Rich, and we don't want that. We don't want that.
So we have spoken too much because Des loves to talk. So we have actually cut a book that I don't think either of us liked, and we don't really want to talk about it. So we are.
But why are we talking about it?
Power Lords #1. I was so excited to read this. I had some of the toys.
I never had any. No, I had one. I had the Power Lord. I had the Power Lord. I had him.
Okay, so it was on the back of comics for an ad for the longest times, like longest time. Those are the toys, and it's funny. I would have loved a little guide like this because some of the times you see their transformations and it makes no sense in this comic. But this was the back of a lot of comic books back in the 80s. No man on earth has ever had such power in a gem on his forehead. There's a ton of people with gems on their foreheads. Raven, gem, literally G-E-M-M or J-E-M-M. Remember Gem from DC?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. But he is the Power Lord. So now we go into the comic book from Nacelle. The writer was Dennis Culver and Matt Hodson. The artist is V. Ken Marion. The colorist is Andrew Dahlhaus. The letter is Ghost Glyph Studios. Another one now we have to follow. Ghost Glyph Studios, Taylor Esposito. Oh, yes, and Vision. Another one. Yes, I forgot about it.
No love for Vision. The big green man. Okay, I have to tell you one thing. I came into this. So I am an 80s kid. And I think I had a Power Lord. I think I traded it for a He-Man type character for it with one of my friends back in the day. I don't know how I got a Power Lord, but I had one. Maybe I stole it from another kid. I don't know.
Maybe.
But I remember having one of these, and I just remember them just being like, ugh, So yeah, it was a toy that I never really got into. And as a franchise, I never really got into. Was there a Power Lords cartoon? There wasn't, right?
No.
Yeah. See, if it was not a cartoon, it was below me. I was like, nah, I can't deal with that. If you can have like TV representation for your toy, get it out of here. Get it out of here.
So I want to say this had the kind of mechanics that the Superpowers collection ended up having. Because when you pushed a button, his torso turned and turned blue. She did the same. They all had some kind of movements.
I had no idea.
Sadly, this really was not a huge line.
No.
But nostalgia, I loved it. So I understood things going into the comic. And I don't think the two writers really did a good job of explaining why she was blue in one panel and then red in another panel. I don't think they.
Yeah, it took me a minute to realize that was the same character, because I know that we went back in time and they're trying to tell you. So like, for the Power Lords, his name is like Patrick Power or Lord something Power. His last name is Power, right?
His last name is Power.
Yeah, so he basically think Star Lord.
It's Adam Power.
Adam Power. So think Star Lord. And he was, a space bounty hunter, and he was looking for not bounty hunter. He was a space treasure hunter, and he was looking for treasure. And then he found this map, and then he went into this power gem, and so he became like the Power Lord or whatever. And so at the beginning, you're thrusted into this fight scene, and then something happens, and they get sucked away into a wormhole, and then it goes back into the past. So it's one of those sort of like Tarantino type of things where they start give you a little cliffhanger, and then they start filling you in on all the stuff like that. So for me, the story was just kind of like a cut and paste, sort of like we're going to get you into it with some action, and then we're going to kind of slow it down, slow the pace down, that we can kind of give you some like exposition about what's going on. One of the problems with Rich is saying is part of that exposition is you got to explain stuff that makes it make sense and in the narrative. And that was the thing that was kind of missing.
Yes.
Because you didn't really know that. I mean, they said his name, but unless you kind of know a little bit what's going on, you didn't realize that the guy that was fighting was the same guy at the beginning was the same guy that they're going through. So you basically had to like use your cognitive skill, I guess, I don't know, to really kind of understand what was going on. So I mean, so I got it, and I was like, okay, I guess that's her because her hair is the same. But other than that, I was just kind of like, okay. So overall, not a bad book. I know we said a lot of weird stuff about it, but it's not a bad book. If you ever liked those classic like Atari Force, like I was getting like hardcore Atari Force feelings from Force vibes from this, or those classic 80s like Marvel cartoon tie-in type of stuff. That's what I was getting from it. So it's not bad per se. It's just it really felt like something from a bygone era, and I thought the art was decent. A lot of feelings of Todd Knock in it, when a lot of odes to him and some other folks. So I don't know. It was out of all of the Neaverse stuff that popped out, I do believe that this was the best. So far that I've read out of the four. This is the best.
4, yeah. Going into this, I knew about it. Like I knew the characters. Well, I remember the characters, kind of, for the memory I have. I understood what was going on in the panels. Like I understood she shifted. Like I understood he shifted. Like I knew who was who. But I think if you're a new reader, a page of their names, if on that action figure sheet that I had sent in that we showed, it shows both versions. I think they should have done something like that old toy ad that we showed.
Yeah.
They should have done something like that on the first page with both figures or both forms of the characters. My other problem, so I really liked this, but I also knew what was going on. I had 2 problems. That was one of them, if you're a new reader. And my second one was the coloring. If your character has a lot of red in it, and the character is in the forefront of the panel, don't make the back of the panel red. I think a lot of times you lost on how the art or how the figures looked because of the coloring. The coloring in this was very off, in that there's a couple fight scenes where it's hard to see what's going on because the forefront and the background are the same colors. The color schemes are the same. And I think that really took away from the art, because in spots the art was gorgeous.
Yeah.
Like when you see Adam first shift into the Power Lord, it's very dynamic because of the blues and the reds in his body. But then you turn the page and then the villain is off. You can't even see him.
Yeah.
So the art for me was good, but the coloring made it very hard to see what was going on.
Yeah. I do have to agree with you. This would have definitely been helped by a who's who, like a back on the back with both of them, like you were saying, a little bit of background, a little bit of like, those classic DC who's who, something like that would have been great. That's and I think that's a really missed opportunity. I think they're trying either trying to, that's what didn't pop up or whatever. So,
well, if you're looking for a number one, I would say pick it up. It's fun. I really enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to the number two because of how it ended. But real quick, I just want to talk about two books. We're going to go into Green Lantern 19, but I want to say we didn't have time to read it or to review it today, but I actually liked an X-Men book. I enjoyed the main X-Men number 10.
Not that I forgot to send it to you. He said he wanted me. He said he wanted to look at it. So
yeah, no. That's fine. I just wanted to say I finally liked an X-Men book. It took 10 issues, but I finally liked it.
And it's Scott's team.
Huh? And it's Scott's team. Yeah, I liked it. So good job, Jed McKay.
Yay. I enjoyed this Green Lantern. We talked about it last week, and it was the Sorrow continuation of Sorrow. And we finally get to see who the main villain is. Sorrow was not the main villain, someone else is. And there is a new Corps who is going to oppose the Green Lantern Corps, but it is not who you think it is. It's someone else.
Completely surprised.
Yeah, I was not expecting that at all. And that really jazzed me up. Like that really gassed me up. I was like, oh damn.
Hold on. Writer Jeremy Adams, artist Fernando Pesarin, Claire Albert, and Jason Paz. Colorist was Romulo Fajaro Jr. Letter is Dave Sharp, and that cover is by Ariel Colon.
Yeah. The one thing that did kind of take me out a little bit was the artwork. Some of his faces,
artists.
Yeah, I don't know who it was, but some of the faces were just a little bit rough. But
yes, three art. Y'all know how I feel. If there's three artists, I want to know what the problem was.
Yeah,
was this book changed at the end? This jarring. It wasn't as jarring, I will say. At least the three artists kind of melded together. You really couldn't tell, but you could tell if you looked, and like Des said, at the faces.
But it's a good segue. This book is a good segue from the fractured spectrum to what's getting ready to happen in the next Green Lantern. This is another setup book. But we got to see a lot of people coming back, and we get to see what's happened to some people, some classic other types of lanterns. Now that
we even got a shirtless Khan pose. Like that was a one-page spread showing Connor coming out of the water.
I was like, what are y'all doing here? I was like, what's going on here? Yeah.
Is that the one where Guyluk was on crack? No, he wasn't in this.
No, that was last week's.
Yeah. And Scott Summers is the worst.
So let us know in the comments. Of course, like and subscribe if you're on Facebook. Follow us everywhere. Let us know. Give us your input. Would you like, Rich and I versus Jen and producer Kyle talking about Scott Summers? I actually like Scott Summers. I think Scott Summers is one of the undisputed Chads of the X-Men universe, like of the X-Men mythos. Like people like to poop on him, but that man has done so much for the community.
I have hated Scott Summers since I started reading X books back when they were written on.
Out here dying for folks' sins. All right, folks, we got 5 minutes. We want to give away this. If you haven't already, please hashtag Geek Chat. It's a new one. Hashtag Geek Chat. We're trying an experiment. There's a reason why phone numbers are only 7 digits. So, although this is 8, but still, hashtag Geek Chat. If you haven't already, put it in, please. We want to give you this stuff away because if we don't, it goes to Rich. All right, producer Kyle, please, my friend, put up that poll and let's see who's going to get this fantastic cover. Sean says, well, what exactly is the versus Kyle? Sounds like Des is the only Scott lover in the group. That's true. It would be me against 3 other people, which is sad. So sad. Kelly Hart won! Congratulations,
awesome.
Kelly. So we will get that. We will get that to you, my friend.
Yeah, you don't even have to put the thing up because I'll just give it to him.
Yeah. He lives he's local, so
yeah, I see him every day.
Also, just want to say, next week, give a big shout out. It's my birthday. We're gonna be here. It's gonna be an extended show, a giant size show, if you will. Instead of 60 minutes, it's 100 minutes, probably a little longer. So see what I did there? Anyway, come and join us.
Comic books.
We're going to talk about comic books. We're going to talk about stuff. We're going to give away stuff. I'm going to celebrate my birthday.
Tell everyone to come and join us.
Yes, because we're going to be giving away some stuff, and I want to give it to y'all. For all you folks who come and listen and share your time with us. We really appreciate it because if it wasn't for you guys, we would just be, talking to each other like we normally do. And this time we at least get to know you guys. So we really appreciate it. So it's February 6th. So that's my birthday. So come in next February 6th next week. And will there be cake? Only digital cake. And you don't want any of that. So having said that, I'm Little Black.
Mog and Mel is next.
Yes, Mog and Mel is next. Stay tuned. But I'm Little Black Beardy Desmond.
Can I promote Jimmy Palmiotti on the FOC show tomorrow at 1:30 Eastern? Show starts at 1. Jimmy will be joining us at 1:30.
Yeah, so
awesome.
Come and see the husband of Amanda Connor. Come and see him.
Stop it.
Famous inker in his own right. Famous inker.
I did call him Jimmy Connor earlier this week.
Cool.
So, but like I said before, I'm Little Black Beardy Desmond.
And I'm Beardy Rich.
And
we'll see you all next week.
That's producer Kyle, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Join the party. Head over to our link tree to find all the links for everywhere the experience is all the time.